Hey, welcome to Campaign Codex. This is a bit of an example on how I personally run my game, Curse of Strahd, using Campaign Codex. I run this campaign pretty GM facing on the side of my notes. I'm setting up another campaign, which is kind of a homebrew world, which, like a lot of Campaign Codex, is going to be a little bit more player facing as they're going to come into towns and cities. They're going to have a little bit more information and a little bit more kind of agency about the things they can do. But Curse of Strahd, this is all very much GM focused notes. I've got a nice little app here, so I can you can see my little highlighted mouse, so hopefully that makes life a little bit easier. But if we jump on and we kind of look about my setup, I've got mini calendar kind of up here running, and this is so I can just quickly take down notes of key events that have happened, keeping track of when one of the players is going to turn into a werewolf, unless they solve that problem. I've got off to the side here like my little soundboard, and then like my music player, and then the little mixer if I need to stop or do a little preset music. I also have got what else? I've got my macros, which I run down here, so I can chuck a torch on players, and then I've got a few other kind of bits and pieces that I like to be able to get to quickly. But we spend a lot of time on this screen if we're not at a location. And the way that I've got my Campaign Codex set up is everything basically has got a map note. So our players kind of entered in this way and have made their way across, and we've got to Vallaki. So when they arrived at Vallaki, I was able to quickly double click on the pin. I have got a little button here. I can jump into the town map of Vallaki, keep it super simple, and then I've also got all of these other map notes that I can get to easily. I've got a little widget here which has kind of got all the main players that are mentioned in here, and then I've got this macro which what it does is it loads this holding scene and then kind of changes out the background to a relevant animated image, which is super handy, great for theatre of the mind. And we can kind of sit here for a bit and have our RP or kind of go through the things that are happening. And then on this one, I got a few different ones. So if they're jumping into the town square, for example, we can do that. Also in Vallaki, I've got stuff like, I've got two different maps I can use. I've got like the town map, and then I've got an encounter map of something that's happening at the South City Gate, if that went sideways for the players. We've got the stuff happening there. Then I've got all the notes, all the entries within it. So I've got some kind of location entries here, and then some other things that happen, like the Festival of the Blazing Sun, and St. Andrew's Feast, and those sorts of things. But if we jump back into like Vallaki, for example, a couple of things that jump into kind of the encounter map side of things would be the Blue Water Inn, for example, which is kind of their home base at the moment. So we can click on that, and I've got that scene ready to go. I can like quickly click on, actually if I get into the right selector, I can quickly click on like one of my NPCs and get to their journal just through their token, or as we've got it here, I've got all the NPCs here I can quickly get to as well. I've got Rictavio, and I can get to his notes, get to his kind of informational stuff and see where else he's located. I've got like the inventory, which is kind of sitting the loot from this location if the players go poking around, and then I've kind of got some extra notes sitting in here as well. So super simple, easy stuff. And again, this is kind of all the people that I mentioned. I used a macro to kind of ingest the the adventure, and it populated this out for me. And here as well, I've got a holding screen. Maybe we don't need to go into the map. I've got this here as well. And then from with here, because this is a region within a region, I can kind of jump up, and I've got an easy way to get back here to Vallaki, and then I can pop around, jumping into easy different location stuff as we go through. So, we've got the coffin maker shop. I've got like the nice little holding screen from it. I can quickly get to the encounter map for when all the vampires spawn, burst free, nice and easy. So that is kind of my philosophy around this side of stuff. A lot of clicking and talking, I guess, but it is basically we're at a location. I want to be able to get the information for that location very, very easily. I want to be able to get to like whatever map I need for that location easy. And when I'm in that map, I want to be able to get to information about people in that location, or I want to be able to get to further information from here. So the church, I'm just can super easily kind of keep just clicking my way through, basically, being a click or two away from the information that I need about the things that are happening, where the players are, be able to take notes about what's happening there. And it's just always just click, I've got information. I'm not having to get into the journals and then hunt through and look for what I'm trying to find. It's all contextual on the map or on the holding scene, or all of those sorts of things. And there's been my kind of main go-to kind of thing. And I still have got things like got the Barovia group sheet, for example. This is where I've kind of put in the lands of Barovia region, which I've got here. That is kind of a region sheet. If we go and search for that, lands of, is it the lands? So the lands of Barovia, we've got this, and this is what everything is kind of linked into. This is like the big parent sheet. And then I put that into a group sheet. So basically I can just have this one open if I'm wanting to click through. I haven't updated my actors on here because this is running the beta, all the cache stuff. So I've got all the map notes. I can get to anything I want using the group sheet, which is great, super handy and useful. But I have found having a map note marker that I can click on, and I've got that there ready to go, and it's super, super easy for me. I've got the black carriage. I've got that little map note about it. That's sitting in a different sheet. I can get to it. That's kind of, I guess, my overview on how I'm using this. My overview for my next campaign, which has got a lot more player-facing stuff, is going to be entirely different, I think, because I'm going to set up a little bit more player-facing. How I use my other modules within this, I haven't set up a lot of the kind of lighting in this. I'm using the MAD cartographer for the Vampire Hunter ones for this. I think they're pretty cool. The setup, good to go. I can't wait for the version 14 ones to come out because I want to get onto version 14. But basically, here, it's just basically, can I turn the lights on and off, nice and easy. That's kind of what I'm using that for. I am setting up Ravenloft with some more tagged lighting. The calendar, we use it pretty extensively because we're tracking rations and the like, so we're moving forward, making sure we're keeping track of days. I can put down things like they've burnt down the village of Vallaki because that's what heroes do. And then, we've got Festival of the Blazing Sun. I'm keeping track of all of this. And the players can't see the calendar because they don't know the date and they don't know the phase of the moon. So that's kind of that. And then if I want to override the weather or whatever, I can get in and do that. Occasionally I do, but generally I just run the forecasts as they are. The music, I almost exclusively run tabletop RPG music, and it sits in tag mode almost all the time. And then it's just me kind of clicking through and deciding what music I want to run. And that kind of sits there on loop until I want to change it out to something else. And then the sound effects, I've got these all kind of set up for different locations. So they will run. So Valaki, I'll have that kind of running in its nice little loop while that happens. The table of contents I use if I need to quickly search something up or search for a tag. The quest board, this is very player facing when things pop up. So they've got their Taraka card readings have been put in here, and we can track what's happening. They've been given a little bit of information about some things they need to kind of find, and that will happen for that. But yeah, I will probably do a more refined version of this video and put it up nicely edited as a kind of how I use it kind of video. But this has kind of been a bit of a test. I've got this little clicking app that I wrote. I thought I'd test it out, and yeah, so I hope it's kind of helpful. Jump on Patreon, Discord. Let me know if there's anything you want me to actually dive in specifically and cover off how I run or what I've done to set up this map, and I will do a better version of covering it off. Otherwise, thank you very much.